Hey everyone, so I'm in FIFA 21 and I'm going to show you how to sell players on Ultimate Team. So I'm in the transfer list here, and the reason why I'm here is I'm just going to show you that here's someone that I've just sold, and these guys were people that I'd transfer listed but haven't sold. So I'm going to show you how you list people for sale and how you relist them if they don't sell. So first of all, first thing I can do is clear my sold items. So it's just there for information. I made 1100 coins for this guy. So left trigger down the bottom left clears my sold items. And then this lot I can just relist if I'm happy with the prices, or list them individually. So if I wanted to list one on the transfer market, I could just click on them. And it shows starting price, buy it now price, duration, and compare price. Now it's worth having a look at the compare price to give you an idea of what this particular person is being listed for, to see whether my listing was reasonable. So there was one there that showed 8,900, 8,200. So I'm just flicking through to see kind of what's reasonable for him. So my buy it now at 16,000. No wonder it didn't sell. So I'll put this down to a lower setting. Okay, so that's one thing we're going to do, but I'm going to show you how you list these if you're not on this screen in a minute, but we'll just put it as that and I'll list it on the transfer market. Now, if you think you've done all that work already and they just didn't sell, what you can do is just relist them all. So you see where down the bottom it says RT relist all, or whatever the equivalent is on yours. I'm on the Xbox One X here, so I'm just going to relist them all just to get them out of the way, really. Just so they're now all up for transfer lists. I've got various things. I've got players. I've also got other bits here like these badges and stuff. Okay, so how do I do that? I'm going to back out of there and just back up again, and we'll have a little look at the squad and see how we figure out what's for sale, or how do I list people. So this is my main set of players here, which I don't want to sell any of these because it's taken me ages to build up this squad. But what I'm going to do is right button over to the club, and this will show me all of my players that I've got for sale, and I can have a little look at ones to sell. Now, a common question that you get is, hang on a minute, I haven't got an option to transfer list. So how do I figure that out? Well, first of all, let's have a look at Marquinhos. Great player. So I'm building a more English or Premier League squad, so he's not in the Premier League, hence he's not in my squad at the minute, but he's a great player. Now you can see down the bottom left there, I've got no list on transfer market, and this is because I've acquired him as an untradeable player, and you get this loads for unlocking various objectives. Loads of players are untradeable. So if that's the case, all you can do if you want to get rid of them, which is pretty pointless, is quick sell, and you'll make no coins, but it will disappear from your club. I wouldn't recommend you do that. Just keep them. There's no downside to them. But how do you figure out? So if I start going through these, maybe this guy, can I sell this guy? So let's go X actions. Okay, what about this guy? Oh dear. So you think, well, have I got anyone that I can sell? So this is where your filters come in useful, and your searches. So when you're in the club, if you go to the search, what we can do is go here to the advanced filters. Okay, so we're going to click there, and I'm going to go down to the sort, and then I'm going to go by sort by highest quick sell option. Okay, then just make sure that you've got that selected, and then press Y. And now we'll go by, I don't know why, but sometimes you'll get one that isn't listed, but the other one should have a value. So let's have a little look. So this one, you can see, that shows us nothing. But this one, aha, quick sell. And look, I've got options for list on transfer market or send to transfer list. So when you're at this point, if you want to transfer, you can quick sell and you'll instantly get 632 coins. I recommend you do not do that unless you're desperate for coins, because you'll get typically more on the transfer market, but you will have to wait until somebody buys it. So let's have a look at that. So I'm dragging the figure just to make it clear, just when I'm back on here, the action I'm using is the X on the Xbox. Down the bottom there, you see there's a little blue X by actions. If you're on PlayStation or PC, there may be a different button there, so that's where you find it. Anyway, X. So I'm dragging my left stick over to list on transfer market, press A, and then I can set a starting price and a buy it now price. It will default that to 10,000 coins, which is ridiculous for this player, but it just does that as default, okay? And the duration, so I typically leave mine on an hour, but depending on when you're listing, you might want to list them a different one. The most important thing are two things here. One, you can only list 100 at a time on the transfer market. I've got 29 listed at the minute, which is a lot. But if I look at the compare price, what I'm doing here is having a quick look what people have got it at. So you can see some crazy person has got buy it now at 10,000. That's the default. He's not going to get that. But somebody's just bid on it, 650. So he's already above. Remember, this player was quick sell 632, so slightly better, although there's a fee for listing on the transfer market, so maybe he's breaking even. So you want to list it at maybe 700. But you can see people are listing the buy it now at 900, 1400, 1200, 850. 850 was cheap. So that 850 will probably go quickly. So you just flick through here and get an idea what people are listing. You can see loads of listings for this particular player. So he's not particularly rare player or valuable or anything like that. So it gives an idea. So I could sell him at 632, or I could set a buy it now and get a little bit more. So in this case, there's not much of a difference, but maybe I'd set him just to get a little bit more. I'll set him at, say, 850. And I'll put that up at 750 just to make sure I get more than if he was quick sold, and list him on the transfer market. Now he's not a particularly rare player, so maybe we could have a look at this centre back, Evans. So we'll see Leicester City. Let's see if that one's any better. So we'll go to the actions again. Quick sell of 320. That sounds very low. Let's have a little look on the transfer market what people are listing for. Maybe he is pants, but 2,200, 1,500. It's looking better, isn't it? So we'll make way more than the quick sell here. So maybe if I put mine at 1,400, we get it there. Now, one thing to point out, you can go with the starting price of an auction. People can auction it. So we saw on the last one, people were bidding 650 and we're getting it. And then it resets. I think there's a minimum of 30 seconds you've got to hold your bid at. I can't remember what I said now. It's 1,500. So you can either use the left, I'm using the left D-pad to change this, or you can click on it and then you'll get this little slider that you can use either way. And then just A when you're, or whatever the equivalent is on your one. So I think I said 1,500, I'm too busy talking. So when I'm happy with that, just flick off of it. I can change the start price up. If I'm saying, if I want to be fussy and say I don't want any less than 1,400 for him, I could do that and then list him on the transfer market. Can up the duration if we want. And there we go. Okay, so hopefully that helps you figure out people that you want to sell. The one thing that this isn't so clear on is if you've got any other bits, like stadium bits that you want to sell. Now, I just need to remember how we do this. I think we go into the, do we go into the transfer market? No, hang on. Just got to thinking because I've not done this in a while. I think I'm going to the stadium. And let's have a look at the different bits that we've got. Not there. Is it structure? See color. Yeah. So these are my seats. So as you collect things, sorry, I was just thinking on the fly there because I thought, actually, while we're here, we'll talk about these. So if you go into your stadium, there are things in here that you can sell. So for example, the structure, my seat color, I have various different ones here. And some of these I may be able to sell. So that one, no. That one, no. The typical thing that I pick. Surely something I can do. Let's have a little look at this one. This one? No. There might be a better way of doing this. So you can see. I'll get there in a minute. I just want to show you how you list one of these. No. Goodness sake. Come on. I must have something. Surely I haven't sold everything. So these are all things I've kind of won. But we want to find something that I actually bought. What might I have bought? Sidelines? Nah, definitely wouldn't have bought anything there. Crowds. Might have bought something here. Let's have a look. Crowd chants. Bradford City. No. Aha, there we go. God. I thought this was going to be the longest movie of me showing you pointless things to sell. So this one, if I want to list that on the transfer market, you go and find it in here and then click list on transfer market. And again, have a little look at the compare price. There's nobody's got this on the transfer market. I'm not sure how many people want Wolfsburg crowd chant, but you could try your luck at a random price and see what happens. So maybe we go 1,400 and, I don't know, put it on auction and list it there. Okay, so that's listing stuff on the transfer market. The last thing I want to show you is the transfer list. So if we go back there, we can see the stuff that we've got on here. So these are the different things that we've got up for sale at the minute. I don't think you can remove these here. I think you just got to let them run basically. But when it expires, if it didn't sell, then you can get them back. I don't think we can go into the other one. I'll just have a quick look while we're babbling along. Let's just go and find him because I think he disappears from the club. Pretty sure he does. Yeah. Or is that it? Let's have a look. I know that's one that's not sold. But anyway, so once it's transfer listed, I don't think you can get it back until they've expired, and then you could say, I'll send back to club or whatever. But hopefully that's helped you figure out who you can sell, how much you can sell them for. If you're more interested in buying players, I've got another tutorial that's transfer market, which I'll put at the end of this movie. Shows you how to search for players at good prices and how to buy them. Hopefully that was useful to you. I put this up because somebody asked, how do you transfer list players or how do you sell players? So hopefully that answers that question. If there's anything else you're stuck at on FIFA 21, I'm not an expert, but I know a fair bit about the game now. I like you to see my team's gradually getting better. This dude is awesome, by the way. Get him as soon as you can. Allison obviously is a cool one as well. Loads of good players here, Joe Gomez, etc. Maybe I'll talk about those in another movie as well. That's it. If that was useful to you, give us a thumbs up, please. Much appreciated. Any comments, likes, any thoughts of future tutorials you'd like to see, let me know. Cheers, bye.